Bizarre stories you won't believe actually happened, Part 5. The Cadaver Synod, when a pope put a dead pope on trial. In 897 AD, Pope Stephen VI had his predecessor Pope Formosus dug up from his grave, dressed in papal robes, and placed on a throne in court. He literally held a trial against a corpse, accusing him of violating church law. A deacon was forced to answer for the dead man. Formosus was found guilty, his corpse stripped of its robes and tossed into the Tiber River. Even the medieval church thought this was excessive. Stephen was imprisoned and later strangled in his cell. The town that executed an elephant by hanging. In 1916, a circus elephant named Mary killed her handler in Tennessee after being mistreated. The public demanded justice. The town decided to publicly execute her by hanging from a crane. Thousands gathered to watch. The event was so gruesome that some fainted. It remains one of the most disturbing moments in the history of American public spectacles. The Dancing Plague of 1518. In Strasbourg, France, one summer day in 1518, a woman began dancing uncontrollably in the street. Within days, dozens more joined her. They danced for hours without stopping, some collapsing from exhaustion, and several literally dancing to their deaths. Doctors believed it was hot blood. Others said it was a curse or mass hysteria. No one knows the true cause to this day, but it's one of history's strangest mass events. The Phantom Time Hypothesis. German historian Heribert Illig proposed a theory in the 1990s that 300 years of human history never happened, claiming the years 614 to 911 AD were faked by medieval rulers like the Holy Roman Emperor Otto III. His idea? They invented the year 1000 to make their reign seem more divine and important. While historians reject this theory, it gained a cult following. Some believers still insist we're living in the year 1727. The man who fought in 3 armies, against himself during World War I, a Czech soldier named František Franz Josef, was drafted into the Austro-Hungarian army, captured by the Russians, joined their army, got captured again, and then fought for the French. By the end of the war, he'd fought on all major sides, sometimes ending up in battles against troops he'd once served with. He later said he mostly fought to survive and to get better food. The man who was trapped in a coma for 12 years, but was aware the whole time, 1988 to 2001. In 1988, Martin Pistorius, a healthy 12-year-old boy from South Africa, suddenly fell ill. Doctors thought it was a form of meningitis. Within a year, he lost the ability to move, speak, or make eye contact. He slipped into what was diagnosed as a vegetative state. But what no one knew was that around 2 years into his coma, Martin began to regain consciousness. Yet he couldn't move or communicate. He was completely aware but trapped in his own body. He described it as being a ghost watching life unfold. For 10 more years, he heard people talk around him, even heard his mother once say, "I hope you die." It broke him, but he understood she was heartbroken and hopeless. Then, at age 25, a therapist noticed subtle signs of responsiveness. With support and technology, Martin learned to communicate again using a speech device, and he eventually regained some mobility. Today, he's married, wrote a book, Ghost Boy, and travels the world sharing his incredible story of survival. Studies show you get smarter by just liking and subscribing to our channel.